about to kick off the Arena of Play tournament, and we're hyped to bring you all the action.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Famine Rice, and I want to give you guys all a warm welcome to the YGG Play Summit Esports Tournaments. Whether you're a spectator or a competitor, I promise you there's going to be a week you won't forget. We're going to be showcasing the highest level of talent, gameplay, and entertainment that Web3 Esports has to offer.
It's really nice to see you all. A lot of people are flying from all around the world to Manila just to see what the latest Web3 games are and what they have to offer. And yeah, there's just a lot of energy.
Whether you're into MOBAs, card games, shooters, whatever it might be, we have something great in store for y'all.
Join us at the YGG Play Summit!
Welcome to the YGG Play Summit 2024 Tournament Day 1!
Magandang umaga sa inyo lahat! Welcome to the YGG Play Summit Showdown. It's really nice to be here. This is the third year that we are doing this event for Web3 gaming here in the Philippines. This is the biggest one yet, and for the next 3 days, we have a really good lineup of games for Web3 esports.
Join us for a packed day of non-stop action, thrilling tournaments, and cutting-edge innovation.
We're about to kick off the Arena of Play tournament, and we're hyped to bring you all the action.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Famine Rice, and I want to give you guys all a warm welcome to the YGG Play Summit Esports Tournaments. Whether you're a spectator or a competitor, I promise you there's going to be a week you won't forget. We're going to be showcasing the highest level of talent, gameplay, and entertainment that Web3 esports has to offer.
It's really nice to see you all. A lot of people are flying from all around the world to Manila just to see what the latest Web3 games are and what they have to offer. And yeah, there's just a lot of energy.
Whether you're into MOBAs, card games, shooters, whatever it might be, we have something great in store for y'all.
Join us at the YGG Play Summit!
Welcome to the YGG Play Summit 2024 Tournament Day 1!
Good umaga sa inyo lahat! Welcome to the YGG Play Summit Showdown. It's really nice to be here. This is the third year that we are doing this event for Web3 gaming here in the Philippines. This is the biggest one yet, and for the next 3 days, we have a really good lineup of games for Web3 esports.
Join us for a packed day of non-stop action, thrilling tournaments, and cutting-edge innovation.
We're about to kick off the Arena of Play tournament, and we're hyped to bring you all the action.
GM everyone, welcome to Hangouts by YGG Pilipinas. We are your hosts for today. I'm Excelsior PH, and with me is Munchies. This is your ultimate live stream where we connect, relax, and dive into the exciting world of Web3 gaming and beyond. And of course, Munchies, how are you doing, man?
Yeah, I'm good, Sir Excelsior. Hello, everyone. Welcome to YGGPH, and that's right, Excelsior. We are here to bring you the latest updates. We have exclusive interviews and thrilling events straight from the YGG Pilipinas community. So, whether you are a hardcore gamer or you're a Web3 enthusiast or, just here to chill, you are in the right place.
Yes, definitely. You are in the right place right now. And, I'm seeing a lot of people joining in over at our streams. And of course, join us as we showcase incredible games, explore Web3 trends or NFT trends, and celebrate the best of or rather, what the metaverse has to offer, all while connecting with the amazing YGG Filipinas community. And, everyone is right here.
Yeah, everyone is on the chat right now. We are 376 in the chat right now. So you guys
Ooh.
can grab your snacks. You should invite your friends and let's make this hangout a one to remember. And don't forget to share the stream and use the hashtag YGG Hangouts for a chance to win some fantastic prizes.
Yes, and talking about the prize as well, we're going to be giving some details a bit later as to
Mhm.
how you can participate and, of course, get those prizes. But for today, we are thrilled to have a very special guest joining us. And,
Yes, Excelsior,
yeah,
Excelsior.
yeah,
Before
yeah.
we go
Okay.
into our special guest, I think we
Yes,
should
yes, yes.
announce
Oh,
something
yeah.
first. So, guys, this is the
Mhm.
YGG Filipinas Hangouts, and X together we play featuring Dark Machine, and before
Yes,
that we have a special giveaways for everyone. All right,
that's
all right, all
right.
right. Who
That's
wants
right. That's
some
right.
giveaways? Press one in the chat if you want some giveaways. Let's go. And for our raffle
Woohoo!
mechanics, we will be getting 20 winners. All right. So for the first 10 winners, you will be getting 100 Gcash each. What you need to do is super easy. You just need to share the live and send a screenshot here on our Discord with the hashtag YGGPHXDM. All right, all right, all right, all right. So share the live, send a screenshot here on the Discord with the hashtag YGGPHXDM. All right. Is that clear? Is that clear? And
Yes.
for another 10 batch of winner Excelsior, we will also be
Hmm.
giving them 100 Gcash each if they will ask a question about the game. All right. So if
Hmm.
you ask a question, don't forget to put the hashtag ask Keiichi2. All right, all right, all right. So I will be
Hmm.
dropping the hashtag. So ask Keiichi double I with the number two at the end. So if you ask a question and
Yes.
we pick your question, you can win 100 Gcash each. And we will be having a surprise giveaway later along our
Hmm.
program, Excelsior. Are you excited?
Yes, definitely excited. I'm like 20 winners just by watching and asking and sharing the stream. I'm really happy that we are having lots of prizes for our viewers here with Dark Machine. Like YGG Filipinas is really lucky to have our new guest, of course, for this game. And what do you think? Should I introduce our rather our guest today,
I
Monchis?
think let's
Yep.
see if our community is ready. You guys are ready. If you are ready, shout out to all the guilds. We have a lot of guilds in our chat right
Hmm.
now. We have Sando, we have NXS, we have G
Wow.
Genesis, we have All Good in the Hood, we have BBG, we have PSG, we have G Gen, we have a lot of guild right now,
Ooh.
and I think they are ready, Excelsior. So let's
Oh yeah.
introduce our guest.
Okay. Without further ado, please welcome the the brilliant mind behind Dark Machine,
Oh yeah.
formerly known as Keiichi, which was had a recent rebrand to Doctor Dark Machine, as we were talking behind the stage. Welcome to the stage, Doctor Dark Machine. Hello, hello, sir. There you go.
Woo!
Konbanwa,
Let's
Doctor
go.
Dark Machine. Yeah.
GM.
Hello,
Yo.
GM.
Yo, yo, what's up, everybody? Good evening. It's Elxir and Munchies. Good to see you guys
Good
again.
Hey,
evening, sir.
good
How are
evening,
you? How are you
sir.
today, sir? Welcome.
Oh
Welcome to
man, we've
our
had
YG Philippines.
first of all, thank you for having us. It's always a pleasure and an honor to be here with you. We've had an extraordinary busy day today. As you may know, and I wanted to talk about this first today, before we started everything. We just announced our TGE details, including the
Yo.
date, the time, and the exchange partners that we're working with. So, for those of you who are curious, go follow our X, go check it out. We've put up the post and the posts from our partners as well. So, go check it out. Yeah, let's get into it.
Let's
Yeah, for
go.
those of
Let's
you
go.
guys who are not yet following Dark Machine, you can go to their X account right now. It's at Dark Machine Game, and they have announced three big listings that, or rather, the
Oh yeah.
TGE on three locations, of course. Should I say it right now before you, Doctor Dark Machine? Can you enumerate the three ones that are going to be listed on?
Sure,
Oh
sure.
yeah.
So
Okay, go.
the listing date, first of all, is it's January 16th, this Thursday at 12 p.m. UTC. So that's if you're in, the Philippines, I believe that's what is that? 8 p.m.,
8
7
p.m.
p.m.,
8
something
p.m.
like that.
Yeah.
8
Yeah,
p.m.
yeah.
Yeah. 8 p.m.
And in Japan, it's 9 p.m. Do the math for everywhere else, wherever you may be. But yeah, so we've worked very hard and a long time to get to this point. We slid it in there right before Trump's inauguration to become the next president for the United States. We think it's great timing. And we've also announced our partners, our exchange partners. We've selected three. And, people are going to ask me about, why did you select those three, blah, blah, blah. We discussed a lot. I got to say, we probably talked for maybe at least 7-8 months, into how, who we would select, how we would select them. We got lots of, offers from big places, little places, et cetera, et cetera. But we settled on three. And the three are, it's BitGet, Mexi, and CoinW. So BitGet, Mexi, and CoinW. Those are the three that we settled on. So again, for more information, check out our X account at Dark Machine Game. We've got some more details there. So take a look there.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Those are big. I mean, Munchies, can you see the big news? It's like so good. It's 3 days away. And right, it's a very, very good portion of a game to have their TGE already happening soon, man. It's like,
Yeah.
I'm happy that they're going to have it. How about you, Munchies?
I mean, I'm super excited. I was in their town hall a while ago listening to all
Mm-hmm.
these leaks, to all these updates. It's super crazy. Mix of Japanese and other communities there. I mean, Dr. Dark Machine is speaking in English and then translating it into Japanese for everyone to enjoy the town hall. Super exciting. The big three projects, or I mean partners right now that will be listed, that will be MXNA bill listing is number one is BitGet, number two is Mexi, and the third one is the Coin Debut. And super excited. These are big names in the Web3 industry, and right now Dark Machine is going in, handing on it to the community. So I think
Yeah.
Sir Dark Machine, Sir Doctor Dark, Doctor Doctor Dark Machine. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I, I have a question. So we can already deposit the for the people who has the coin already. Can we deposit it or already on this exchanges?
Yes. So I don't know that anybody publicly has it yet, but yes, they are all available for deposit now. And we'll be making more announcements tomorrow and Wednesday as well. Stick
Mhm.
around for that. As I've mentioned in the past, we will have staking ready as well. So, and that's going to be pretty exciting there as well. We've got some other stuff bubbling up, and yeah, we've got lots of stuff. More importantly, post TG, I got lots of partner announcements we're going to be making, lots of events. We're going to continue to be working with you guys all throughout the year. So yeah, I'm really excited, and yeah, looking forward to kicking off 2025 with a bang.
Let's go.
Yes,
Let's
thank
see.
you.
Let's
Thank you,
see.
sir. Thank you, Dr. Dark Machine.
Woo.
Yeah, well, definitely with a bang. But of course, let's run it back and slow down quite a bit from that big news. Let's just get that out of the way because people are already talking about it. It's hot news. Let's make it a bit
Mhm.
cooler. Let's do a short icebreaker. I have been wanting to ask this question. I saw the game, and and I would like to ask Dr. Dark Machine if you could pick any real world location to stage an epic battle and completely destroy in the style of Dark Machine, where would it be and why would you pick the Philippines by default? It's like basically a non-question. It's just me having a suggestion of
Yeah,
when
yeah.
are you going to make a Philippine map?
Well, where else would you want gigantic mechs to wreak havoc in? What other city than Manila, right? Jokes aside, I have been to Manila. I really enjoyed my time there. I've been at the YGG conference, in November as well. So yeah, I really loved it. Great, great city. I would say, Dark Machine, and we'll go into more of this as we show more information about the game. But the game maps are going to be loosely based on real world places. This is like alpha that I don't know that I've ever talked about this in any other live stream. But yeah, they're going to be based on real world places. So Manila might be on offer. There might be other cities. Dark Machine may come to your city. So yeah, I would say stay tuned. Continue to follow our socials for any updates and gameplay vids, and yeah, you'll see it from there. So yeah, thanks for the great question. I appreciate it.
What do
I
you think, Munchies? Uh,
I mean, that's a solid choice. I mean, Excelsior wants it to be here in the Philippines, and Doctor Dark Machine. You don't have a choice. All right, we will be setting it up here in the Philippines, and definitely Philippines has the most intense atmosphere that fits Dark Machine style. And how about you, Excelsior? If you'll be given a chance to pick a place for Dark
mhm.
Machine, where would your battlefield be?
Yeah, EDSA, man. EDSA in Metro Manila. In the whole stretch of EDSA, destroy all the cars so that it will be a clearer, clear pass because of all the traffic, man. All these mechs should actually destroy, like, or rather, put them away. Put all the cars that are already have wreaking havoc in EDSA. So yeah, anywhere in EDSA, anywhere near Makati as well, where there's just so many buildings in Makati or Ortigas. Yeah, Metro Manila would be the best place if it was a big map, of course. How about you, man?
I mean, I would
That's a pretty
agree.
big map.
Absolutely. Uh
Yeah.
huh. I mean, Excelsior, I'll be going with you. Dr. Dark Machine, if you don't know EDSA is a place here in the Philippines that is super traffic. That's why Excelsior wants to destroy that area. Just imagine the dramatic battles. There would it be. It
Hmm.
will be unforgettable. We've got our
Yeah.
imaginations running wild. And right now, let's dive into our main event and let's
Hmm.
learn and talk more about Dark Machine. So, Sir Dark Machine, can you introduce yourself? I know there's a lot of new commerce, new community that just came in.
Yeah.
Can you reintroduce yourself and your team for listeners who may have missed the part one last week? And what inspired you to create Dark Machine?
Sure. So again, yeah, I've been calling myself Dr. Dark Machine recently, a rebranding, as Excelsior said. But yeah, so I am the producer of Dark Machine. The Dark Machine project is, we've been talking about the game right now in this program. But the project itself is actually not just a game; it's a game and an anime as well. So, as you all know, anime and games, these are all built in the heart of entertainment here in Tokyo, and it seemed like a really good fit because when you look around, there's been a lot of successful hits, game anime franchises that are starting to come out. Things like League of Legends obviously was popular game before, but Arcane just really kind of blew it up to the masses, as well as Cyberpunk, a whole bunch of other things as well. So yeah, we just thought it would be a great fit, and we've been we set up this project to be a game and anime project from day one. So that's what it is. It is being I should mention it is being creatively helmed by two of our industry's finest, some geniuses in our industry, if I can say so. The first one, as creative producer of Dark Machine, is Goro Taniguchi. He is, for those of you who are anime nerds, you would know him as the director of One Piece Film Red 2 years ago. It was the big One Piece anime film gigantic hit, as well as he is the director of Code Geass as well. So again, for you anime freaks, this guy is truly a legend, one of a kind. And we also have on lead mech design. He is well known for being the designer of Macross Delta Mechs, as well as a whole bunch of others, and lots of illustrations, including things like Gundam and whatever it is. Hidetaka Tenjin, another industry legend and great in a space. We're so blessed and honored to be able to work with these two. I work with these two, very frequently on both the game and the anime. And it's been a great journey up to this point. They've been with us a long time as well. And so the franchise itself, the game is a max 7v7 mech-based shooter. We call it an asynchronous, big team, third-person shooter. I know there's a lot of words there. But a big team because we have a max 7v7, right? And it is a mech-based shooter. So therefore, we have done some things to differentiate it from a person-based shooter, which is what you might see a lot in like first-person and third-person shooters. And then we'll get into more details around that in a second. But it's a team-based shooter, so it's an arena style. And I think we've got three, I would say, concepts that kind of define Dark Machine. The first one is, as Excelsior alluded to earlier, that he wants to see. These mechs actually get gigantic; they grow in size. So if you've ever seen like a Russian doll, a Russian Matryoshka doll, you will get what I've seen, or even seen that scene in Avengers where Iron Man goes into Hulkbuster. That's exactly what we're doing. So that you start off as a small mech, and then as you go, you'll gain enough energy to actually summon from the skies a medium-sized mech. He'll come crashing down, and then you'll be able to ride him. So it's a small mech goes into the medium mech, and then you'll be able to do that again. So the medium mech now goes into the larger mech, even the larger mech, and can wreak havoc, destroy buildings, destroy walls, and that goes to number two of our concept is that the maps are highly destructible. And not only the maps are they destructible, obviously the mechs are highly destructible as well. And we have very detailed destruction simulations that are happening against the mechs. But we're also doing that with the map as well. And, we've got destruction physics. This game is being developed in Unreal Engine 5. So for those of you who know Unreal Engine and have played and are fans of Unreal Engine games, you know the power of the engine. And so, we're going to be making, full use of that. And all of this is going to be set in a dark universe. That's, there's a reason why we're calling it Dark Machine. It's because it's set in a dark universe. It's a strange mix of Transformers meets Stranger Things, for those of you who know both of those franchises. And that's the world we're going to be making. So that's the game in a nutshell. And the anime is kind of loosely based on the fact that Dark Machine is, the number one competitive game in that universe. And we haven't announced anymore, so I'm not gonna say too much more about the anime. But for those of you who've seen the trailer for the anime as well, you kind of get the vibe of where we're trying to go. So that's a long answer to. What is Dark Machine?
Yeah, I'm happy with the
Nice.
with long answers like that, because even of course we, for us to know like what was happening or how it was built, Goro Tagiuchi, like I remember it was not just One Piece Red. They had the lion. I forgot the name of the lion anime. Like it looked like a white lion anime, but it was before I remember the name of the director. But yeah, I mean that's good. With that, of course, with the really good team and with the really developed lore. And you were talking Doctor Dark Machine. I was imagining the inspiration behind this. Like, okay, I come from a deep lore or a deep how do you say this? Not deep lore, a deep experience of game. So I'm looking at this game and I'm seeing, okay, there is some sort of inspiration from Armored Core here, and I read the white paper. There's an Armored Core lore, Armored Core inspiration. There you go. And then Front Mission came to mind at some aspect, and then when you said the mechs go in and have an exoskeleton of another mech and another exoskeleton of another mech and so on and so forth up to four times or three more times. So it has a reverse Russian doll aesthetic right there in a sort of sense. Or if you have like experience of watching the Pretenders, Transformers, right, wherein they are actual mechs within bigger mechs, right? So that's another inspiration.
Yes.
Like, yeah. What do you think about that, Doctor Dark Machine? Is it the same,
Yeah.
or did you garner different inspirations?
No, so I think one of the things that the Japanese creators do really well, they do essentially four categories really well, right? We either
Mhm.
do ninjas really well, we do samurais really well, we do mechs really well, and we do cute girls really well. So, we
Oh,
chose kind of the most misrepresented one, or underrepresented one, I should say. But there's a lot of examples of great mech IPs in the history of Japanese animation and games, right? You mentioned Armored Core, you mentioned, Front Mission. Obviously, those are great games as well. But, we have Gundam, we've got lots of things, right?
mhm.
And so we have a
Yeah.
very rich history in Japan surrounding mechs. And so we just wanted to, make sure that, we tapped into that history and we made sure that, we would represent, really important parts of that rich, history and culture. But at the same time, present something new, present something that people have never, seen before, or at the very least, maybe they've never played something like this in a game. We wanted to make sure that it felt fresh, and but at the same time, you can see those inspirations from, even like with anime, like if you guys know Glenn Lagann, right? Like that's another thing. It's like, the mechs grow into the size of universes and things like that. We're not going to get that big, but you can see the potential for like, interesting collaborations and NFTs, right? So yeah, we do think that's an important mechanic. And again, another thing you don't see every day is like mechs in a dark universe. You see mechs; they're typically like in a more bright, maybe it might be post-apocalyptic, a little bit of that, but you don't quite see it in like kind of a dark universe. So that's another thing I think is pretty unique to our IP. So yeah, we wanted to be as unique as possible, but at the same time, tap into lots of great work that people have done. We stand on the shoulders of giants for sure.
Nice.
Yeah, amazing.
Amazing.
How about
Amazing.
you,
I mean,
Munchies? Yeah.
yeah, the development for this game is
Mhm.
amazing. I mean, I know it's been a year, or how many months did you create this game already, sir? Doctor
Yeah.
Dark Machine.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a long time. It's many multiples of years that we've been working on this to
Really?
get it to this point. Yes, yes. I'm
Okay.
not going to say exactly
So
how much because I'm just embarrassed how long it's taken, but yes, it's taken a long time. We've spent a lot of time thinking about this. So we definitely don't want to, have that go to waste, and we're just trying to make it the best we can. So yeah.
I think you don't need to be embarrassed, because
Mhm.
you're just giving the community the best of the best. Because
Mhm.
when you create a game, it's not easy, right? You need
Yeah.
time. You need people. You need different
Resources.
not just people, but
Mm-hmm.
amazing people that will help you put out this crazy game. I mean, it's from Unreal Engine 5. You got Goro Taniguchi. You have Hidetaka Tenjin. These are amazing people. So for me, you don't need to be embarrassed about that. We are proud to tell to people that we built this game, giving it extraordinary mile. So my question is, how's the development so far, and what's your exciting milestones or breakthrough that Dark Machine just passed through?
Sure. So I would say, we're kind of still probably a little bit on the early side, but we're accelerating very quickly this year, and we're going to be doing a lot of releases so that people have opportunities to play this year. So I think for us, 2025 is going to be a big kind of launch year for us. Having said that, we are looking forward to around the end of January. We haven't announced the exact date yet, but we're going to be releasing what we call the First Access Edition. Now, what this is this is going to be exclusive to our current NFT holders, those that hold the VIP Access Pass. You can find the VIP Access Pass on OpenSea and your favorite marketplaces. So it's going to be available to them initially. They will be the first ones to be able to play it at the end of this month. Past that, we are going to be opening it up to more and more players as we move forward. We'll have opportunities for whitelisting, on events like this and other things. And we'll just continue to add more players as we go, and also update the game as we go as well. But in parallel to that, we're also going to be announcing some major, I'm just going to say, partners that we're going to be working very close with on the game. So there's a lot to look forward to. I'm very excited, and I would just say look out for opportunities to get whitelisted and get into the game. So yeah, that's kind of where we are in general.
Nice, nice. And
Nice,
who
nice.
wants some whitelist? Who wants some whitelist right now?
Here,
Drop in
I
the
want some
chat.
whitelist, please.
Yes,
Here.
yes, please, yes.
Yes,
So yeah,
please.
that's amazing. That's amazing. I mean, Dark
Yeah.
Machine is here. We're the feels when you're almost there, when you almost near the gameplay itself. Me
Mhm.
myself, super excited. The community excited for sure. Excelsior wants to play the game ASAP,
Yeah.
and you guys are amazing. So Excelsior, you have something in
Yeah.
mind to share with
Yeah,
us?
I was thinking a while ago, like you were thank you, Munchies. Like I was thinking a while ago, like Dr. Dark Machine was saying, like it took a long period of time to cook. And I wanted to say, like, it's okay because again, as you said, like if you're cooking behind the scenes and there's a lot of things that are gonna be working for you to make a game. And we call that process in Web3 cooking. And now you're still
Yeah.
cooking, make it the best game, right? And when we say these guys are still cooking, it's good because some games just actually die on the vine. And when the fact
Yeah.
that you're still developing it, it's still alive and it's still ongoing. Even having like a big milestone like having TGE, it's amazing for the Dark Machine game team for to have that. So yeah, I mean, but I have one question for Dr. Dark Machine. I don't know. You probably gonna be like having some thoughts regarding this because we want to know you like what challenges have you and your team had over the past years while bringing Dark Machine to life. Like we want to know how it's like in terms of the development as well, like how it has been developed by the team.
Sure. Yeah, it's been a very long road, as I mentioned, and lots of hardships up until this point. Maybe I can talk more about them maybe next year. But yeah, I will say it was very challenging, especially in the beginning. Just to find traction and just really, I think with any game, the first important milestone is to kind of understand who your players are and make sure that you're designing a game for them, right? Because ultimately, without your gamers, you don't really have anything. You don't even have a product, right? And so for us to really kind of, although, we started out with this whole idea of, yeah, we want to make the best mecha game ever, right? And have that be in Web3. And we're going to do an anime and, we have all these grand visions of things. We don't know for sure if that's like the right decision to take until we, start putting it in front of people, having them take a look at it and trying to, get some assurance that there's a product market fit. And I think last year was a really good year for us in that way that we were able to maybe, get a lot of confirmation around that. We had a whole bunch of community members play at special events. So, we did a big tournament at Tokyo Game Show this year, or last year rather, in September. There's going to be plenty more opportunities this year as well. So I think getting to that point was super hard. It's like any startup almost. It's you don't really know what you have until you kind of put it in front of people. But I would say from here on out, yeah, I mean it's going to be really all about getting the quality to a good place that we can all be happy with and be proud about. Making sure that the synergy between the anime and the game is really good and it's tight. And you're going to see things like the anime playing out the game, obviously, and the game playing out the anime, obviously, right? Because we're really doing both. We're developing both completely simultaneously. People ask me like, no, you're actually doing the game first, right? Or you're actually doing the anime first, right? It's like, no, this is like not an existing IP. It's a completely original IP that we are developing right now as we are developing the game and the anime, all of this happening simultaneously. So I would say, the hardest thing has been to, coordinate all those pieces because, obviously, how you create an anime or a good story around an anime is very, very different from how you create a good game, right? But, I think the team is really great. And especially, with Goro and Hidetaka, they have a great understanding of games and anime, and I've continuously been impressed at how much they can think and imagine about the synergies between all that, and it's really been fun in that respect. So I would say we've still got a lot of challenges moving forward. Got to make sure the game can be played by a lot of people. We need to get the word out more, but I think it's been a good journey. And I would say, please, 2025. This is going to be the year, man. This is our launch year, and look out for more information around it. And we just want to make sure that everybody will have a great time playing the game and watching the anime,
Yeah.
of course.
Yes, nice.
Super cool.
Wait, it's like a balance. Like I'm thinking about balance here. I'm gonna play. Or I'm gonna watch the anime, right? So, right.
Yeah.
You're gonna
That's
do
the
both.
question right
You're
now.
gonna do both.
Yeah, do both. Do both. Right, play while watching the anime, right? And when you die, we're waiting for the spawn, right? Anyway, so
Well,
yeah,
hopefully,
thank
if you watch like any other like sports anime or something like that, it's like, if you watch like Slam Dunk, it's like, oh, I want to play basketball, right? It's like hopefully it'll be
yeah.
something like that, right? Where you watch anime, it's like, oh, I want to go and play Dark Machine, right? And vice versa, it's like, oh, I just played Dark Machine, oh, I need to watch a new episode, right? It's going to be streaming,
Yeah.
stuff like that. So yeah, we really hope that'll work out really well.
All right.
That's
Well, I
nice.
think
That's
thank you
nice.
for that, Dr. Dark Machine. I think Munchies has been cooking behind the scenes as well. And has been gathering a lot of questions over at the background, man. You
Mhm.
have something to ask, Munchies?
I mean, I just want to comment on what Dr. Dark Machine said before I go into my question. Because I love what he
Mhm.
said about like understand who your players are.
Yeah.
So most of the games that we play is the people who created the game just focuses on how they want it. But Dark Machine is saying that we want to understand the community first before we get some updates. So they always let the community speak up, let them ask questions. What will be the next update? Is this good? Is this bad? So there's this balance that's going into Dark Machines, and my favorite code that Dr. Dark Machine said on what he answers a while ago is 20 today is 2025, you know. This is Dark Machine's year. So Dark Machine 2025, it's coming. Super excited. So Dr. Dark Machine, my next question is, could you give us like a recap or a sneak peek into the world of Dark Machine? You know, its storyline, its setting, and how can we progress in the game? Because I know there's some of the people here right now who already started playing Dark Machines.
Sure. So the background story, we're going to be putting out more posts around that over 2025. I'll talk about what we have announced up to this point. Is that so? The world is set in a kind of near future where
Mhm.
energy is abundant. So right now it's like oh, is it solar? Is it wind? What is it? Right? Is it gasoline?
Mhm.
So we have a futuristic power source. It's called Palmer Energy, and it is completely named after the person that actually discovered it. But there's a lot of mystery as to how it was discovered, where is it actually being created and siphoned. Lots of mystery around it. But all humanity knows is that we've got like an almost infinite amount of energy for almost for free, right? So everybody's like happy, they don't ask questions, but there's like some questions around that. So the whole premise of Dark Machine kind of has these mechs, and so the whole question, and we haven't announced anything around this, but it's around like what do these mech have in common with Palmer Energy? We have said that Palmer Energy is what powers the mechs, but is there any other relationship there, and how does that kind of affect kind of the overall universe, how the maps are designed, stuff like this. We're not going to have a really deep story mode or anything like that yet, but this background is really important because it kind of defines the details that need to go into, for example, building a really good map that's immersive, right? That fits into the universe and the lore of Dark Machine. So yeah, I think in the coming months we will start to open up as to what these mechs are doing, how did these mechs even get developed, and why are they fighting to begin with. There are reasons for all of this, and we'll be getting into it. But yeah, that's kind of the basic background of Dark Machine. So, and I already forgot the second part of your question, so maybe you can ask again.
Oh, gotcha. I mean, that's a lot. I mean, Palmer Energy. I mean, when you're a fan of an anime, you imagine things. You want to see this go to life, and as I imagine this, I want to see this on the anime side of Dark Machine. Maybe we'll see it this 2025. How is what this mech has in common, according to what you said, and let's speak dark let's speak into the world of Dark Machine this 2025. And so my next question is, I think we should dive into the gameplay right now, Sir Excelsior and Dr. Dark
Yeah,
Machine. Dr. Dark Machine, are you ready
I
to
want to
dive
see.
into the gameplay?
Let's
I'm
go.
I'm
but,
never ready, but let's do it.
all right, so
So this
they
is happening
almost
in real
started.
time, right? This is
Yes,
not a
real
video,
time.
right?
Yep,
This is
yep,
like
yep.
real time, right? Wow.
This is real time. Everyone is see it live. But before we start this game, we have another mechanics for another giveaway. We will be
Yeah.
giving us 6 winners, 50 USD each if you quote and retweet the live stream answering the question. What do you look forward to the most upon playing the game? All right. I'll repeat my question. I'll repeat the mechanics. 6 winners, 50 USD each. Go to x.com right now slash YGG Pilipinas. Quote retweet the live stream answering the question, what do you look forward to the most upon playing the game Dark Machine? All right.
Oh.
So that's a key giveaway for everyone. So let's dive into our gameplay right now. Excelsior, maybe you have a follow-up question ready.
Yeah, dude. Like, I want to see, of course, the aside from the gameplay, man. Um, in playing the game, you can already see that's playable by a PC. In the down the line, do you have within 2025? Is it possible that it will be available on mobile? Dr. Dark Machine.
So
Possibly some one of the like big questions that everyone is asking over at the chat. I don't know.
yes. So we've not made any official announcements. I can say probably 2025 we will not have a mobile version. Should probably be clear about that. But will there be one in the future? Possibly. So those of you who are like maybe tech savvy, if that we're building it on Unreal Engine 5, that hey, well, isn't it easy to like port it over to mobile? It's not easy, but it's possible. So I would say, look forward to maybe the possibility of that, and we'll have more details maybe in the future around that, maybe a little bit further into the future, but yes, nonetheless.
All right. So, yeah, I'm looking at the gameplay right now.
Game
it
started.
said a while ago. You said a
Let's
while ago
go.
it's like 7, right? 7v7 is the maximum, and
That's correct.
these guys are playing on 2v2 so that we can see what's that. What's that purple stuff?
So the purple thing is actually we're not exactly talking about it yet because it has to do kind of with the lore and why it is. But yes, there is a part in it, and yeah, you won't see it in this gameplay trailer, or this isn't a trailer. It's actually people are playing right now. But yes, it does have a function, and so maybe I can talk a little bit about what's going on as people are playing right now.
Yeah.
So right now, as you can see, like the mechs, not only can they walk and run, they can fly as well. So they have flying capability. Everything that they do in terms of either flying around or shooting weapon, all that, it always uses energy, right? So you can see there's an energy bar in the middle right of the screen, and as they're flying around, you can see it kind of using energy, and then when they stop that, when they're just like walking or running, it'll recharge itself. So there are antennas in the map that actually are transmitting energy into the map, and that's how the mechs are charging themselves. That's why you don't need to like pick up like energy boxes or anything like that. It just kind of happens automatically over time. So that's that. You can see like, just right now, there are various roles in the game. And so you can imagine, there are like your typical like kind of attacker roles, your tank roles, your healers, snipers, etc., etc. So every role has different weapons and things that they can do. For example, like the shield can only be placed by roles that have the shield, or roles that have been customized to be able to deploy that. And there are several types of shields that we're going to be producing as well, but you can just see one example of that in that. Also, here's another thing that happened. So we talked earlier about the mechs growing up in size. So that's what happened. We don't have like an animation yet. Yes, that's that. The mechs are climbing into it. We're building that right now. But you can see the mech got summoned, dropped from the sky, and then boom, the small mech goes rides the medium mech, and now they're more powerful. The weapons are more powerful. They're bigger. They can do more destruction.
Yeah.
And as I mentioned earlier, the bigger the mech gets, the more you'll be able to destroy buildings, walls, etc., etc. And so what a lot of times will happen, especially in this kind of city map, is that snipers and other attackers may be hiding in the buildings, and they might be aiming at opponents while being in a hidden spot. And so one of the advantages of being large is that you can just go and plow through buildings, and then they lose their place to hide. So it's almost like, in a way, and this is the same with any shooter, right? Like understanding the map and knowing like how to use the map is really critical, right, in terms of execution strategy. Here you can see, we're getting large again. So, but the fact that destruction kind of puts a wrench into that, it throws a wrench into that, right? It's like, oh, now I can't do this, or I can't be on top of here, or I can't be inside of here, or I can't go like this, or it changes up the strategy. So yeah, I think the destruction is really important in that sense. And yeah, you can see like the parts of the building getting destroyed, right? Just right now, it's a really important part of the gameplay, and it's not just about destruction. It's about construction as well. So that blue wall right there, that's actually, you can actually go on top of that. And right now it was temporary, but there may be walls that won't be temporary as well. So it's not just about
Mhm.
destruction; it's about construction as well of the map. So towards the end of a match, you might get
Oh.
a map that's like fully. Well, I shouldn't say fully, but parts of it have been customized by your team, to be advantageous to you. So I think that's another important part of the overall kind of strategy of how you. In this mode, I should I should talk about the mode. So this mode
Mhm.
right now, this is a domination mode. So for those of you who ever played like Battlefront 2 or anything like that, there are these
Mhm.
points of energy that you as a team can acquire. There are immovable points, so you have to go to them and secure those points. Now these points can be stolen from team to team. Like me as a red team player, I can take it and it'll be a red point, but then a blue member can come in, steal it, and then it becomes a blue point. Now, the important thing is, as long as you are holding that point, you will continue to accumulate points, right? So the
Mhm.
longer
Mhm.
you can hold on to these points, the more you will score for your team. And right now in this
Oh.
map, unfortunately, this is something that we actually going to change. But these points are currently hidden right now. They're like buried in streets and stuff like that. So you need to like get enlarged and destroy the map to find these points, right? And once you find them, you need to secure them for your team, and then the longer you hold them, the more points that you will score. So yeah, that's an important part of the strategy as a whole as well.
I like that. I like
Ooh,
that.
that's good.
While Dr. Dark Machine was talking a while ago and explaining the gameplay and seeing those upgrades in terms of the mechs, you know what music was singing behind my head, Munchies? Can you
What
guess?
is it? What is it? XSR.
It's like a
Hmm.
something like that. It's like it's like being upgraded, and it was like
Uh,
he was becoming a bigger mech. And I
yeah.
saw it a while ago. The player that we're spectating right now was able to destroy the purple stuff, and aside from that, when they got destroyed, they became the base mech yet again. So like Dr. Dark Machine. So uh, that does that mean like if they die, like they respawn, they go back to the base, or will there be like in the future, like when they revive, they will go back to the second level or third level?
So that's something we have not decided yet, if I'm being honest. That may
Mhm.
become a rule option, or we might
Yeah.
make it permanent depending upon the mode, stuff like that. It just really kind of depends. We haven't made that final decision. But there's, yeah, obviously two things we can do. You will be able to actually get out of your mech. So that will be
Mhm.
something we're going to be
Yeah.
allowing in the future. But if you get destroyed as a larger mech, right now you're completely respawning, and then you start from small mech again, right? But you can use the energy that you've accumulated already to enlarge again. So you don't need to like start from scratch and then build up all these points and anything. You can just summon larger mechs almost immediately. So that's something. Yeah, again, we just see time and time again. People like to play the bigger mechs, right? It's just fun. So yeah, we want to make sure that people have ample opportunity to do that as well. So yeah, hope that answers the question.
All right. Yeah, it's like
Nice.
kind of an
I
alpha right
mean,
there. Like they might have it soon, or they might. It depends. It's kind of it's still in the works. Munchies, man, I'm excited because of the gameplay. I saw it. I want to play it,
yeah.
but of course, the a lot of the audience wants have a lot of questions already. Like they've been
Hmm.
posting over at different
It's here.
channels. They
It's
have a
here.
Discord, X, and of course, just a reminder, guys, if you post over at X, make sure to tag at YGGPH and at Dark Machine Game.
Yeah.
Make sure to tag them, or else you will not be qualified for that 50 US dollars worth of prizes. And again, they have a lot of questions for Doctor Dark Machine, and the doctor is in. They will be taking your questions, and Munchies will be the secretary for now.
All
Let's go, Munchies.
right. All right. Let's hit it. Let's start with the community questions. So last time we use next maybe next time we will be using a hashtag ask Dr. Dark Machine. But for now, we call it
Mhm.
Ask Keiichi number 2. All right. So for our first question for you, Sir Dr. Dark Machine, is if the game is free to play friendly, meaning is it a skill based game or is it a pay to win where other players equip godly items to help them win with the game?
That's a great question. So it is a free to play game. So that is that. But as everybody knows, we've got a concept that we think could change esports using the power of Web3, and we call it decentralized tournaments. And what this essentially is it gives the power of tournament organization not to large corporations like it was in the past, but to the users. So we're going to allow on our platform and in from the game for users to essentially host their own tournaments. We liken it to becoming the YouTube of esports, for lack of a better way to explain it. And what's important about that is that, yeah, I think, when you talk about competitive gaming in esports, fairness is really important, right? So we can't have a situation where, people can just pay money, get the better thing, and then win. A lot of the things, the customizations, and so one other thing, this kind of leads me to another point. Sorry, I keep going off on tangents, but one of the funnest things that you can do in a mech game is to customize mechs, right? Every mech game does it, from Armor Core to Mecha Break, whatever it is, right? And who doesn't want to say, "Oh, I want my missile launcher on my right arm, not my left arm," whatever it is. So that customization is really important, but at the same time, balance is important and roles are important within that balance, right? So we're going to do our best to ensure that customizations do not break the balance of the game. We have some interesting mechanics around how we're going to be doing that, and so we will see how effective those are as we kind of get more players into the fold. What I can say right now is that, again, we are trying to at all costs avoid a pay-to-win scenario. But there will be cosmetics, there will be customizations that will, at some level, be paid for as well. So I do want to mention that, be honest about that, but at the same time, we're going to work really hard to make sure that the fairness is going to be, guaranteed. So, it's going to be, as with most games like this, I think there's going to be a constant kind of cat and mouse around. We find something and then we nerf something, and then somebody finds something and then we'll nerf it again. But then we'll kind of inflate some other things, et cetera, et cetera. So yeah, I think the whole part of games like this is that how well we can manage that, and hopefully we can be transparent and open and honest with our community, and just try to make the game better and better as we see issues that come up. But in principle, yeah, that's what we're going for.
Awesome.
Awesome.
That's really good. That first question is what's important for our community, because we love balance. When playing different games, FPS, MMORPG, we love exploits. We want to find the best thing to do in the game to break the game, right? So guys, sorry, Dark Machine is ahead of us. So they want balance for the people who wants to play this game, and also the customization that you're telling us is quite amazing. Because if there's a robot, there should be customization, right? So
Yeah.
that's a really good answer for you. But before we go into our next question, Dr. Dark Machine and Sir Excelsior, we will be going to take a short break. Is that okay? All right. So, see you guys in 3 minutes.
Welcome to the YGG Play Summit 2024 Tournament Day 1.
Magandang umaga sa inyo lahat. Welcome to the YGG Play Summit Showdown. It's really nice to be here. This is the third year that we are doing this event for Web3 gaming here in the Philippines. This is the biggest one yet, and for the next 3 days, we have a really good lineup of games for Web3 esports.
Join us for a packed day of non-stop action, thrilling tournaments, and cutting-edge innovation.
We're about to kick off the Arena of Play tournament, and we're hyped to bring you all the action.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Famine Rice, and I want to give you guys all a warm welcome to the YGG Play Summit Esports Tournaments. Whether you're a spectator or a competitor, I promise you there's going to be a week you won't forget. We're going to be showcasing the highest level of talent, gameplay, and entertainment that Web3 Esports has to offer.
It's really nice to see you all. A lot of people are flying from all around the world to Manila just to see what the latest Web3 games are and what they have to offer. And yeah, there's just a lot of energy.
Whether you're into MOBAs, card games, shooters, whatever it might be, we have something great in store for y'all.
Join us at the YGG Play Summit!
Hey, GM,
Hello,
we are
guys.
back here. Yes, here, YGG Pilipinas and Dark Machine, of course. Welcome to the Hangout, and together we play over at Discord, over at X, wherever you are in the right place. And we're your hosts here, Excelsior PH and Munchies. I think
Hello.
hello. I think we can bring back our special guest yet again. Can you bring him back in?
The man behind Dark Machine. Welcome back, sir. Did you get some good drinks with our 3 minute break, Dr. Dark Machine?
Yes, I did. Actually I'm drinking like when I'm not on camera. So.
Right. Nice. So we've talked a lot about Dark Machine's gameplay already,
Mhm.
how Dark Machine started, what's behind Dark Machine, who is Dr. Dark Machine. So I think right now what we'll be talking about is more on the NFTs, the
Yes.
development, and especially our favorite, the community questions. All right. So
Mhm.
my first question for you, for Dr. Dark Machine, is this is for the NFT side. Let's talk about NFTs in Dark Machine. So we are in Web3. So how do we integrate these NFTs into the game, Dr. Dark Machine?
Sure, that's a very big one. um, so we haven't made any formal announcements yet. But what I can say right now, and you can imagine, even if I don't talk about it, is that there will be mecha NFTs. This seems pretty obvious. So yeah, I think you can count on that for sure. And also, as I mentioned, the mechs are very customizable. So working on having these kind of multi-layer NFTs that will represent the customization aspects as well. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to getting that in front of folks. I think it'll be an interesting owning experience. And yeah, hopefully it'll be fun. Get rid of, we all want to customize mechs, and it's a fun thing to do, and it's a fun activity to share, right? It's like, well, what looks like, how did you customize it, stuff like that. I think those are the fun things to like kind of share with the community, right? If you do that, on chain, it seems like that's a really interesting thing to be able to do, and people can like maybe mine for data and things like that. So yeah, I would say that's the one thing I think you can definitely count. In terms of other things, again, we've any formal announcement yet, so I can't really talk about that too much. But yeah, I would say the biggest thing is around, yes, of course, there will be mecha NFTs.
Yes,
All
that's
right.
a big yes. There will be NFTs from Doctor Dark Machine, and yeah, I'm happy because of course, again, from me history of playing mech games and watching mechs. Of course, parts are important, and upgrades, and customization, and well, what Doctor Dark Machine is basically telling us is like there is definitely going to be mech NFTs into the game. It's not yet fully fleshed out as to how it's going to be going, right? And of course, I've been seeing this is going to be a question that is going to be going into the current NFTs that are already available over at OpenSea, Dr. Dark Machine.
Yeah.
There are NFTs available over at OpenSea, right? So, what benefits do these NFTs currently have for our player base right now or our community?
Sure. So yeah, actually, I already thought I mentioned that, but yeah, it's like every AMA just kind of it's a big blur. But anyway, so
Yeah.
yes, we do have currently available uh, what we call the VIP Access Pass NFT. This is a very limited NFT. There are only 333 copies of them. You can confirm this on OpenSea and other favorite marketplaces. But yeah, the NFTs have been great. They're kind of a representation, almost a badge of honor, if you will, for our most hardcore community supporters of Dark Machine, right? And we love their support, and we're very grateful and honored to have their support. And in return for that, we want to make sure the VIP access pass holders, they get the best benefits that Dark Machine can offer them and continue to offer them, not only up until TGE, like maybe other projects might do. We've got actually more utility for that NFT probably post TGE. So I would say hodl if you can. If I were you, that's what I'd be doing. But yeah, there's going to be lots of utility around that. It's going to, for the time being, be the pass that will allow you to be first in line to play the game. So that's just, something we've already announced. But, you can expect airdrops. You can expect other things. Again, we want to make sure that for the lifetime of the product, that, as long as we continue to service Dark Machine, we want to make sure our VIP access pass holders get something of value that that is either exclusive to them or they get early access to it. Hence the name early access, right? Everything from early NFT sales to version releases, whatever it may be, right? So yeah, I think that's really important to us, and so yeah, we want to make sure that value of that pass just kind of continues on into the foreseeable future. Again, as long as we continue to run this service.
All right.
Nice. I love that. I mean, there are people here in our community bought some NFTs for that VIP NFT. So they're asking me, hey, what's after TG? Is there another utility? So now, guys, your question has been answered by Doctor Dark Machine himself. So after TGE, there will be more utilities. So let's huddle! Huddle!
Yes, sir.
Huddle! Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's go. So that's really cool, right? So you guys are preparing a lot for everyone, for the NFT holders. So
Mhm.
one big effect of this one is you'll be getting an early access. So you will be the one to see the first of the first on what Dark Machine is building. You will see the gameplay already. You will get the advantage when it will be up for the playtest. So yeah, maybe that's my next question. When will be
Mhm.
the playtest for everyone to play Doctor Dark Machine?
Sure. So we haven't announced the exact date yet, but we have already announced that it will be this month. So what I can say right now, it'll
Ooh.
probably be closer to the end of the month, and we will be
Mhm.
making an announcement on the date very soon. But yeah, we're getting it ready. It's pretty much there, and yeah, we're excited and looking forward to have our NFT pass holders play the game first.
All right. All
Cool.
right.
All
Okay.
right.
Yeah.
We'll
Just be
wait for it.
present, guys. Yeah, just be present over at Discord, and just make sure that you are following their socials so that when Doctor Dark Machine announces it, then you'll be right there at the ground level of the news. And I want to get into some of the questions that the community asked a while ago, Munchies. Right, the first one that you asked that was coming from Mausama, and this next one came from Dompio. Question, sir, or Doctor Dark Machine, is there are gear up weapons or gears that can be selected via free to play, right? Like, what are the differences that you can see or that are being developed between NFTs or free to play parts or gears? Dr. Dark Machine. I
Yeah,
think this
yeah.
is a hard question. Yeah.
It's a very good question.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I hear the question correctly, the question is around like what is the difference between playing for free versus like if you purchase NFTs or whatever? How does that change the gameplay experience?
Yeah.
So yeah, we haven't announced anything specific on this yet. I can tell you though that again, having balance is really important, and especially in a competitive game, especially where tokens might be involved, that's especially important, right? And so we want to make sure that we do everything in our power to make sure that everybody can have a good time, regardless of whether they're playing for free or they're customizing through some options. Whether they received it through reward or maybe that they might be purchasing it through an NFT, whatever it is, right? But at the same time, I do think part of the fun and joy of playing a game like this again is mech customization, right? It's like it's something everybody wants to do, and our customization isn't just about customizing your mech. You have, remember, multiple sizes of mechs, right? And so part of it is like, well, what medium-sized mech am I going to use, or what large mech am I going to use? That's actually going to be part of the loadout that you select as well. So I think our loadout is going to be a little bit unique in the sense is that you're not just customizing one character; you're actually kind of figuring out three characters, or it could be even four in the future at the same time. And we think that's going to be a fun part of the experience. So again, yeah, I would say there's going to be a lot we're going to try to offer for all of our players, but at the same time, I think the kind of ultimate kind of I am very highly customized, and you want to kind of show off to your friends and your opponents. That's going to be the way to go. And the way to do that is going to be through some NFTs and maybe some other mechanisms as well. So that's all I can say for now. But we will have some announcements around this, as the year goes by. So again, follow our socials, keep in tune, and yeah, and we'll make announcements around that. So
Right. Let's just wait for those further
Nice.
announcements on those how do you say this, those parts that are that can be modified for
Yeah.
Dark Machine. Yeah, and I think Munchies gathered another one from our community. Another question.
Yeah, yeah. Before I ask this question, I hear
Mhm.
the word loadout. So we will be having a lot of customizations on this one. not just with the guns, but also with the mechs, with the medium mechs and the
Oh.
large mech. What's the best for you to use in the end game? If you
Dude.
love
Munchies, man.
yeah, 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 yeah.
When you say loadout, I am thinking Dr. Dark Machine is saying there is a weight limit to the loadouts.
Uh-huh.
Like, for example, like this is too
Mm-hmm.
heavy. Like, oh, that's what I'm saying. Oh, he's nodding. Okay, there you go. It's a somewhat
Yeah.
confirmation that is it's
That's very perceptive of you.
Yep,
yeah,
yep,
yeah.
Yeah. So
yep.
so so again, nothing to announce today. But you can imagine things, and there are lots of mech
Mhm.
games that we can pull from that have similar systems, right? And so I do think that we're not doing anything especially super new, but I would say we're just trying to refine what games that have come before us, the great games that have mech games that have come before us. Well, we're definitely standing on their shoulders and just trying to refine what they've done, that for the purposes of this game will work for us. So yeah, that's it, and yeah, hopefully everybody will enjoy it. But again, customizing mechs, loadouts across multiple sizes of mechs, it's gonna be fun. I definitely think that's gonna be the case.
Let's go. I mean, I feel like Dark Machine was like, should I answer that question? Nope. We should be announcing it pretty soon. I cannot answer it right now. So for my next question, Dr. Dark Machine, is this question is from Sito or Seto. The question is, what are your future plan for Dark Machine? And do you think there will be a tournament that will be coming soon? And oh, three questions from him. And what makes it different from other game that make it enjoyable to play by the players? Yeah.
Wow, those are three big questions. And I'm probably going to forget them as I answer the questions. So
No
for the
worries.
future of Dark Machine, wow, there's a lot going on. Again, we're starting off 2025 in the strongest way we can. We're going to be, listing on Thursday. The first Access Edition game is going to be coming out at the end of the month. And then we're going to have some, great announcements coming up in February and March. So, and that's just the first quarter of 2025. We still got 9 months worth of stuff that we're going to be doing. So, I think the future looks bright, and we'll see. But we're just always trying to listen in on what the community has to tell us, and we want to make sure that we're building the game for you. So yeah, I would say keep an eye out on stuff, especially for this first kind of 3 months. We've got a solid line of announcements that we'll be making. So really excited about that. In terms of what was I already forgot the question. What was the second question?
Oh, for the second
What was
question,
the second?
do you think there will be a tournament that will be coming soon?
Coming soon.
Thank you. Okay, yeah. So the answer to that is hopefully yes. So again, don't have anything to announce today, but I can tell you we are prepping some tournaments for this year. So yes, I would say stay tuned for that as well. And as I also mentioned that last year at Tokyo Game Show, we actually held a tournament. We brought in actually 6 communities. They were all from Japan because of the fact that it's Tokyo Game Show and it's just local. But really good friends of ours, and yeah, we invited their community members to play the game and be in the tournament, and the winner could gain rewards and stuff like that. You can check it out on our X and socials and stuff. But so yeah, we've already done a couple, and we actually did one really small mock tournament 2 years ago at the YGG event in November in Manila as well. So it's really not the first time we've done it, but we're going to continue to create some opportunities for people that are playing, and yeah, experience what it feels like to be good at the game and win in tournaments and win rewards. I think this is going to be a great experience. It's not just going to be for the best players of the games as well. It's going to be for all skill levels. I think that's part of the beauty of having decentralized tournaments is that lots of players of many skill levels can hold their own tournaments, right? And all have fun. And you can keep it as local as you want or as public as you want. That's all going to be, things that you can set. So I do really look forward to these things, and that everybody can kind of participate and join in the fun of decentralized tournaments for sure. And what is the third question? Sorry. That's not blank.
For the last question coming from Sito is, what makes it different from other games that makes it enjoyable by the players?
Sure. Well, Amanda, I already feel like I spoke a lot about what the game
Yeah.
stands for, how it's different, and all that. But again, I just point out to a couple things. We're doing a simultaneous game and anime production. I think this is something, just when you think about building out an IP and building out a new world, this is a great way to really spread it out, in a really big way. So I'm really excited about all the possibilities behind that. You couple that, with gameplay that involves, gigantic, growing mechs, customizable mechs, destructive maps, all set in this dark universe, with some of the best creators that Japan has to offer. I think there's a lot to be excited about. I mean, it's our own game, and I'm kind of tooting my own horn right now, but I get excited about it. When I think about what we can offer. So yeah, again, I would say just stay tuned. We'll have much more to announce this year, and yeah, I think that people are gonna like what they see, and if you don't, let us know, and we'll make it better. So yeah, I would say just stick around. We thank you for your support, and yeah, we look to have a great 2025.
Okay, like big questions are still being asked from our community, and yeah, I thank you, Dr. Eric Machine, for answering that from Seto. This is my, I have one more question, Munchies. This is
Sure.
fairly simple. It makes sense, and this came from one. Okay, okay. Imagine I am playing Tekken. I'm playing Tekken, right? So there's some sort of move that I'm doing to destroy the part of the map, like the base of the map, and then I get to another part, right? And
Yeah.
then like it's another bigger part of the map, or like previously inaccessible. Okay, so the question that one has is there an option or down the line to have a bigger map after like possibly upgrading, right, to the larger mechs? Because it seems like those previous maps or smaller maps, like close quarter maps, will get dwarfed in retrospect, in terms of like be relatively smaller than your mech, right? And it will like possibly be like cramped. So imagine that CQC map, that close quarters map, is gonna be like really small, and your mechs won't be able to move as much. Like, will there be bigger maps, or will there be destructible parts of the map so that you can access bigger parts of the map so that these bigger mechs can like fight better?
Yeah, that's a very astute question. Whoever asked that question, good job. That's a great question. So
Yeah.
imagine this. So the map is going to be designed. Our maps are going to be designed in a way where small mechs will be able to go to most places, but maybe not some, because destruction needs to occur, right? And medium sized and larger mechs, they're not going to be able to go to some of the places that maybe perhaps the smaller mechs can go.
Hmm.
So there are advantages to each size in terms of how you can traverse the map, right? And destruction plays an important part of it, as I mentioned, because now maybe some places that you couldn't go as a larger mech, destruction may allow you to go through some of those places. So you may not enjoy the advantage that you had as a smaller mech as the match progresses in time, right? So this is an
Okay.
important part. Like, everybody starts off small, so you're starting with the same map, right? And everything's intact and everything. But as
Yeah.
the match progresses over time, that is going to change. And I think that change is what makes the gameplay exciting. Because as I mentioned earlier, a really important part about third-person shooters, or any shooters for that matter, is knowing your map, right? And knowing where to be at any given time, and how you're going to utilize that part of the map. That may change in our game as the match progresses, right? So I think that's a really interesting and exciting part of what what we're providing. Now, in terms of the size of the map, yeah. So right now, all the test maps that you have it, and the maps that you guys played as well, they're still very small, right? And so the final maps are probably going to be bigger. I can't say as to how big they're going to be. We're still doing a lot of tests around that, and there's a lot of balancing that we're doing. But I can tell you that part of enjoying the feeling of being a big mech is feeling cramped, because like otherwise you don't feel big, right? If the map becomes big in conjunction with you getting big, and then you don't feel big anymore, and then everything else just feels small. So there's there's something we need to keep in mind, that the relative size of things is actually important for you to actually feel larger, feel more powerful. So we're not going to completely take that away or out of the equation. But at the same time, I can tell you, yes, most likely the maps are going to get larger. There are going to be different areas for different sizes of mechs to be more effective in certain areas versus others. And that's going to be all part of the strategy of how you use the map. So that's what I can say for today. I hope that answers the question at some level. And again, great question. I thought that was a very astute question. And so, yeah, thanks for asking.
Nice. Good
Nice,
answer
nice, nice.
also from Dr. Dark Machine. I mean, when talking about the mechs a while ago, I think mechs, when you get bigger and bigger, you'll get the advantage and also the disadvantage when it comes to the map size, you know. So when you get bigger, you'll get stronger, but also people can see you easier. So and also I think Dr. Dark Machine, for the game, there will be more gameplay that we are
Mhm.
looking forward to see in the
Yes.
future.
Oh, yeah.
This is just the
Oh, yeah.
first. Oh,
This is just
Oh,
like, yeah, oh, come on, guys. Of course there's going to be more stuff. you know?
Munchies,
Yes. So,
Munchies. I have a follow up question to this, to what
what is it? What is it?
Doctor Dark Machine answered. Like, okay, so there's the small mech, and then there's a medium, there's a big mech, and considering
Yeah.
that you said a while ago that pilots can disbark, or sorry, that's not eject. That's not the right word. Eject from their own mechs. Okay, so I'm thinking of a situation where in Attack on Titan you have anti-mech guns. Is it, do they have a challenge, like do they have like advantages, like possibly like destroying big mechs in some sort of sabotage, like destroying like certain parts because they're too small, and they can be seen, like, or are they like super underpowered compared to mechs, like you were saying like they can
so
hide different areas, but will they have enough
sure.
damage? Hmm.
Yeah, I think I understand your question correctly. So,
Yeah.
we will have a game mechanic that is like a weak point. It's like if you've ever played Titanfall, for example, Titanfall, you can get on, behind the mech, rip out the battery or whatever it is, and render the mech disabled, right? So we will have, I can say, a similar type of gameplay experience where small mechs will have, even if it's like a one-to-one scenario, you might be able to. It might be a slim chance, and you might need the help of your other players to pull it off. But with that, you might be able to do it. So I think the important thing is that
Mm.
as mechs grow larger in size, it's important for smaller mechs to kind of team together, help each other to combat larger mechs. And as they grow larger in size, or even two sizes larger than you, it's going to be more and more important. And it's part of the reason why we chose a max 7v7 configuration. Because if you think about it, like if one gigantic mech on the opponent team comes up, you might want to go with like 3 or 4 mechs to go against it, right? And that's going to be part of the fun. But at the same time, there may be these weaknesses that these larger mechs kind of expose. That if they're not careful, they may get one, maybe not one-shotted, but there might be a chance for a revenge type of play. So, yes, more information on that to come. That was like a lot of alpha there. Actually, I don't know that I've ever talked about that. So it's a good question, but yes, there will be stuff like that. So and that's not in the current build that you guys played. So yeah, look forward to that.
All right. I'm
Bro,
just
my
gonna stop right
brain,
now,
my mind.
Munchies. Munchies, I'm just gonna stop right now. I know we have some more
Oh
questions, and
man, I
I
know.
think we're getting to the top of the hour. But like, I think you have one more question that's
Yeah, I
related to
think
the
one more
first thing that
question.
you announced. Yeah. Right.
I mean, I have a
Mm-hmm. Go,
lot
go.
more questions about the gameplay, the updates in the future, but guys, we cannot. We need to stop. Doctor Dark Machine will give us some more leaks in the future, but right now, let's chill. Okay, let's chill, guys. I mean, the gameplay. When Dark Machine answered that question, I'm imagining like a robot getting the energy on the back of his head or on the back of the robot, and getting that energy gives him the energy and give him the power to create a bigger robot. So I don't know what will be the next gameplays. So watch out for the announcement, guys. Dr. Dark Machine, just tell it us later to us on the chat. Just a secret, okay? I'm just kidding. But for our last question, I think we didn't go into the token questions yet. Maybe this is
Mm-hmm.
our last question from the community. This is from Dice. So the question is, how will the MXNA token or Machina token be integrated into the gameplay experience? And what utility will it provide to both casual and competitive players? Because these people are love reading tokenomics and stuff. And are there plans to introduce token sinks or mechanisms to ensure long-term sustainability and prevent inflation of the Machina token's value?
Sure. So yeah, thanks for the question. That's a great question, and probably the most like proper question that we've gotten tonight. So yeah, I would like to try to answer that. So in terms of the token utility, yeah, we're going to be preparing a bunch of stuff. Obviously we're going to, I think I might have mentioned this earlier, but you'll see the typical staking, things of this nature. You'll be able to make purchases in the game for things like, we're not calling them battle passes, but there may be like battle passes, like, obviously NFT purchases within the marketplace in the game, stuff like that. So all of these things obviously will provide utility. But I think one thing that I do want to talk about is, again, going back to the decentralized tournaments. The tournament rewards and the tournament, where there might be entry fees, not all tournaments will require entry fees, but for those that do, those will all be powered by the Machina token as well. And as I mentioned before, we're going to be onboarding sponsors onto our platform into the game. And those sponsors are going to be able to essentially provide, reward pools for all of our tournament, hosts that have proven that they can create a viewership and a followership. Again, I go back to the whole, we're the YouTube of esports kind of thing. We're trying to create creative economies around tournament hosting. And so when you combine all those things, I think we have a very kind of sustainable, well, because sustainable tokenomics isn't about like your tokenomics per se. It's more about having sustainable business, right? And how you design your game products, how you design the services around them. Obviously making a fun game is the first thing. We got to make sure that the game is entertaining, that the game is fun, that everybody wants to play the game. But the second thing, now that we hopefully have covered that, is that we have to think about how the game is sustainable, how the game does business. And I think that is at the core of what I believe is a sustainable is a tokenomics or whatever you want to call it, to begin with. And I do believe actually that obviously there are a lot of deflationary mechanics that we will employ from time to time and things like that. But if a service is popular, maybe we don't need to do those things, because I would rather see a token that continues to gain value and maybe is even slightly inflationary, because if you've ever studied macroeconomics or anything like that, what country wants a deflationary currency, right? You want a small amount of inflation in order for the value of your currency and thus the value of that economy to continue to grow. And as a community, obviously, that's what we all want, is for the value of the token to continuously grow at a slow pace. What the problem happens is when you get this kind of very high volatility where it's like going up and it rockets up and then all of a sudden it crashes down, and so like nobody can like kind of foresee, what's going to happen. People get, worried because of that volatility. And then, then all of a sudden the economy is not, quite circulating in the way that you envision. So I do think it's important to have sustainability. I think it's important to have predictability at some level. And that's when you can, be rest assured that, okay, like, I can comfortably play the game, not worry about, the value of my tokens, rocketing up or, shooting down or whatever it is, and yeah, continuing to provide value. So I think, overall as a hierarchical goal, that's what we're shooting for. I've been in the games industry for over 25 years now. I've made lots of games, started my career in PlayStation 2 games where, you pay to play essentially, and have seen all the, years I started out in mobile where free to play came up, and now we're into this like, play to earn kind of style, right? And I know I don't like to call it that, but, just as an overall concept. So yeah, I do think, through these kind of iterations in the history of, monetization of games, there are going to be, things that we need to develop, things that we need to learn, things like that. But, one thing you can be sure that's always been the case is that, whether the entertainment has been there or not. So I do think it's important, especially for Web3 games that are coming out now and in the future, that the game is fun. And we've seen, several games that have already released in Web3. The fun ones are the ones that, attract people and, they get people to continue to play and stuff like that. And they can be there for a long time. It's not like, oh, it was popular for like a month or two, right? We want sustainable popularity. Because again, companies don't like, be popular in 2 months and then like die out. They try to be as sustainable as they can. So yeah, I think overall that's what we're trying to work towards, and yeah, hopefully we'll be able to achieve that with everybody's help. So yeah, hope that answers the question.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about that,
I
Munchies?
love
Like, I'm happy that
I
Dr.
love that.
Dark Machine mentioned about making fun games, because all in all, if you are making a fun game, everything else will follow in the player journey, and
Yeah.
it's also important, to listen to the community. That's why there's also a Discord, and Dr. Dark Machine said that a while ago, and Munchies, we've had like a lot of questions, a lot of gameplay, a lot of alpha, a lot of leaks, like big news as well. And it was an incredible conversation. And we are reaching the top of the hour. Thank you again to Dr. Dark Machine, also known as Keiichi, and for sharing your
Yeah.
story behind Dark Machine and giving us a glimpse of the future. Again, your passion and vision for this game is truly inspiring. And of course, the team behind Dark Machine, really happy you continue to cook and continue to develop this great game. I really feel a lot of hearts and a lot of a lot of PCs are going to be loaded up, and a lot of hearts from the anime lovers are going to be filled with joy with this game. And yeah, Munchies.
I mean, absolutely, Excelsior. I mean, I want more. I want
Yeah.
to ask more questions to Dr. Dark Machine to get more leaks and alphas, but the time is running out. But
Cannot,
it's always
cannot.
exciting, and to
Yeah.
hear about the creative process and the ideas shaping the future of gaming. But before we wrap up, Dr. Dark Machine, I know you don't want to leave us yet. I'm just kidding. But do you have any final thoughts or message for our listeners right here?
Sure. So again, thanks for having us. Always a pleasure and always an honor to be here with you. Dark Machine. Again, we're really kind of trying to gear up for this to be an exciting 2025. Starting the month of January is strong. The best foot possible with. Hopefully we'll have a good TGE and first access edition launch. And we'll be following up all of that with lots of events, lots of announcements, lots of gameplay, lots of anime. So I encourage everybody to stay tuned, hodl, and look out for more chances in events like this. Happy to come back and talk to you guys. And so thank you again for the opportunity and everybody's time.
Nice. And guys, make sure to follow Dark Machine team on their social media channels, on their Discord. I just drop it on our chat. And also, don't forget to follow Dr. Dark Machine on X. His X account is Dr. Dark Machine. Super easy. So follow him right now. A lot of updates, a lot of early sneak peeks. Maybe he will give some extra leaks on his account. Maybe he'll be giving an announcement for the Dark Machine main channel, but maybe he also has some announcement on his side. So yeah, that's really awesome. And also, Exosar.
Yes, of course. And really awesome that you can follow them over at their socials, Dr. Dark Machine, and of course, Dark Machine Game. And don't forget to follow YGG Pilipinas from our socials as well. Just search for at YGG underscore Pilipinas or Pilipinas on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And of course, we are always sharing the latest news, events, and exciting giveaways. Lots and lots of giveaways and lots of alpha, including this one, Dark Machine. And, Munchies, what do you think about this
Also,
episode, man?
I
Yeah.
this episode is super amazing. It's always
Yeah.
super enjoyable, super happy when Dr. Dark Machine is here, taking giving his time to us, to the community. We hit like
Hmm.
400, almost 500 community members in our Discord. So I really enjoyed the episode. So don't forget to like, don't forget to share, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, and always use the hashtag YGG Hangouts to join the conversation and share your thoughts about today's episode. Yeah.
Yes. All right, all right, all right. Also, 6,295 viewers over at X, and that's an amazing amount
Wow.
because we have so many people interested in Dark Machine. And okay, that's it for today's episode of Hangouts by YGG Pilipinas. Thank you again, Dr. Dark Machine, and don't forget to follow me again over at Dr. Dark Machine at Dark Machine Game. It's been an absolute pleasure. And Munchies.
It's crazy. Almost 7,000 viewers on X. Wow.
Yeah.
We will be breaking this on our next events, guys. Thank you, everyone
Yeah.
who tuned in. We will see you on the next episode of Hangouts by YGG Pilipinas. So until then, take care, stay safe, and keep gaming. Bye, everyone, and see you on the next one. Peace
Yo, hey
out.
guys.